gosh. Don't tell Melissa I got the last piece just shipped to me of my project. I don't want her to see it coming. Whoa! If you want to check it out, come check it. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. Thanks for sticking around. I got so much stuff to clear off my bench, and I've got some really cool stuff to show you. Stick around. It'll be fun, and we'll have some coffee. I hope everybody had a great week. I'm going to clear off my bench. I'm going to show you a couple things that I've amassed over the last week. Not bad, not bad. I actually, I'm going to do a couple things. I am going to show Chuck how that take hit, which by the way, that was an awesome, everybody loved that stove. So I'm going to fire that stove up, and I'm going to show Chuck how you extinguish it, because not only Chuck asked that question, but about 3 other people asked the question, hey, how do you turn that thing off? So I'm going to do that, and we're going to make coffee in my with my new little pot. Carolina Chris, I finally got me a super pour over. It's made in Japan, and it's the brand is Kalita, 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 and it is a nice one. Brass top, brass stem here, brass top here. So we'll use it. I boiled it up last night to clean it out, and we'll use it to make some coffee. Fire up the take hit and show you how I turned it off, and then I'm going to show you this mega score. This right here caught my eye, this little pot, but inside this pot was these 2 stoves. Well, how in the heck were these going to fit in there? I'm going to show you, and I'll show you why they were in here. Also, this was $5. So let's get to work. Put a little love right there and get this warmed up, and let's get a little water going in our pot. That'll do it, and maybe a little more. There we go. Now, while this is going, I'll show you on the other one. So this is the one that's bad, and when I say it's bad, someone drilled 2 holes in this. It's only supposed to have 1 hole, 1 jet, and it's always burned kind of sloppily, and it would lose pressure too soon. So with these stoves, there's a very intricate balance of the heat that gets encapsulated around the font, and that which gives it pressure to actually comes out of the jet. There's like a balance of that, and that's why these stoves perform better in their environment, is because the heat is actually encapsulated in there, and it's keeping this font warm, which then in return keeps the pressure coming out, and of course the heat source is coming from the coil. So I wouldn't say it's broken, but it's never been correct. So this is the one that I scored last week, and you're seeing that it's kind of sputtering right now, right? There's a little firebox. I had to make mine, and that goes right around the coil. You don't want to touch the coil. There you go. And you see how that's picking up, and now I'm going to put it back in here. You got a nice steady stream. But one thing I was telling people about is that there's really no way to simmer, so that's why you make a diffuser plate. You put the diffuser plate on top of here. That'll kind of spread the flame out. We put our water on here, and there's the system. Let's have some coffee. All right. Woo! That little thing's spouting off. Okay. You know what? the Tim Hortons cup that I picked up a few weeks ago. I never even put the two together. This is the Tim Hortons coffee. My shipment came in. I got 8 packets for $14. It's kind of expensive. I'll tell you what, Donna, Carolina, Chris, you guys, Sean and Donna, this stuff is awesome. So let's make ourselves a, oh no! I almost spilled the lovely. All right, let's see how our new, nice, my hand's not hot. Nice control. This is going to be a fantastic pour over. I'm copying Carolina Chris. He's got one very, very similar. Look at that, baby. Set this off to the side. And I got to, where's my stirring sticks? Oh, there. Okay, Chuck, here we go. We'll take off this guy right here. The stove down here doesn't really get that hot at all. I'm going to pull this out, pull the firebox off, and just give it a blow. There you go. And then once I give it a blow, I just give it a crack. And then you reminded me that the manufacturer has a cork, and you could just push the cork in, right? And that's what they look like. I made 2 of them just now. This one's for the old one, and I don't want to push this one in there too hot because it's too hot. But this is how you would transport the take it. So thanks for watching. Let's get a tug of this Hortons in the original Tim mug. I had no idea. Oh, this is still squirting. Quit that. All right, cheers. It's good. It's good. All right, all kinds of stuff. Let's clear the bench. Okay, get our parts together here, and this just pulls straight up right here, and the 2 halves come apart, and then we figure out how this goes in, because it's not that easy. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this fuel out. Doesn't need to be in there. There we go. Look on the end there, it's got a little jet cleaner on the end of the fuel cap. Pretty cool. And then, let's see, how did this go in here? It can only go in one way. Let's see, this one in here. All right, hang on. All right, the firebox got to go in the bottom. This is going to have to go on the stove. There we go. That's packing it in there. Okay, there it is. I figured it out. It didn't really like my homemade firebox that goes around the coil, and so it made it was angry, but it fits. Boom, and there it is. Sandwich box, as Eric says. All right, let's take these in this cap. I'll show you what I'm doing with these caps. Take this to my room. All right. On the way there, I'll show you what I'm doing with that cap. Is as I burn through these smaller dealios up here, I've been painting these. Well, I'll show you. Make them into holders here. Let me get this turned down. There we go. And so what I've been doing is I've been painting these Coleman red, and there you go. And I'm going to get some Coleman stickers and put them on there and make them fuel cans. That'd be fun, right? I get this in here, get this off the bench, and let's go back. There we go. Okay, bench clearing time. Let's look at these stoves. Okay, the story with these stoves, I'm pretty certain, is they figured out that you can't use them because they take those unobtainium fuel cells. You see here, all that's there is like a little stinger here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here's a Coleman one. This they don't make this fuel anymore, and you'll see that the tip, it's just a little rubber gasket on there, and then these stoves would have just pushed on just like that, and there you go. So, you know, there's all kinds of, you know, people that are trying to refill these old ones, so you don't want to throw these away, and people do. And I've actually had a fair amount of luck refilling them up to a certain point. So for collector purposes, I can do it, but it's not really all that practical for using them every day. I'll show you what is practical though. It's pretty cool. My can collection, and you've seen this hose, which goes on a regular LP bottle that you can buy at REI, and you know, you can buy at Walmart, you can buy them anywhere. There you go. And then you just take this, get a little oil on there, and just push it on. There you go. Check this out. Down here, see, flip you around so I got control over here. So I've got a control knob here now on the stove, and I've got one away from the stove. Make sure this one's off. I'm gonna turn this on, turn this one up. Boom, we got a nice little stove. Check out that lovely burn. Now, I noticed that the design of this stove, there's a whole bunch of people have put their names on these types of compact stoves. So I'm pretty sure there's probably only one manufacturer doing it, but because I think I've got at least 3 different variations of this stove with different brands on it. Now, why is this stove cool? Well, it's a great burner. Super, super light. There's nothing to it, but watch this. You basically unscrew the bottom, unscrew the collar or the burner, like so. Dump out the burner cap, right? Stick it in, stick that in, and then it snaps together, and that's your whole stove. That's it. Tell me that's not cool. So both of these were in here, and the whole thing was $5. And I was actually interested in this because this, I have the handle to this. This is actually a nice little pot that sits on your stove, and this is made in Japan. Soling, Japan. I like stuff from Japan. So this is a great little pot. And so that's what I was after. And then I was like, oh, is this a whole kit? And I'm like, no. Boom, 2 bonus stoves in there. So rock and roll. Give you one last look at this beauty. Watch this. Look at the simmer on this. Down to nothing. Look at that. I mean, you could then turn it up, and then you've got it again down here, but it's kind of I went too low. Then you got it here on the stove as well. So I'll just leave that one wide open and use this one. Very, very precise on the bottle. Cool. All right, thanks for hanging out. Hey, the video got too long. I'm going to do a part 2. We're going to call this clearing the bench part 1. And then we're going to get into my goodies that I picked up. I actually bought this stuff, and I told you about it last week. I've got stuff coming all over the country for putting together a brand new cook kit. So stick around and take a look at part 2, and I'll see you around.